We are just 6 weeks away now from the first primary of the 2024 presidential race. Last night, the narrowing field of Republican candidates faced off in what will be their last debate before that crucial first caucus. Frontrunner Donald Trump, not there again, but he drew plenty of attacks from those who were.
I want you all to kind of picture in your minds Election Day. You'll all be heading to the polls to vote, and that's something that Donald Trump will not be able to do, because he will be convicted of felonies before then, and his right to vote will be taken away.
That's Chris Christie, the former New Jersey governor, former Trump confidant, who's continued his attack on the former president. Far from the only drama of the night, though. Lots of personal attacks among the four on stage, and Richard Madden in Washington was listening in to all of that. What were really the takeaways for you, Richard, from last night in Tuscaloosa?
Yeah, good morning, Heather. The big takeaway, Nikki Haley is having a moment. She's been surging in polls, enthusiasm, and donors, and that's a big change from a few months ago when Florida Governor Ron DeSantis appeared comfortably in second place. But now he's fading in support, so it was notable and quite telling how quickly he went after her.
The fact of the matter is, we know from her history, Nikki will cave to those big donors when it counts.
In terms of these donors that are supporting me, they're just jealous. They wish that they were supporting them, but I'm not going to sit there and deny.
Now, the four candidates sparred on immigration, culture wars, and conflicts overseas. Most attacked each other with very little criticism of the party's frontrunner, Donald Trump, who, as you noted, skipped the debate once again. The only exception, of course, was Chris Christie, who's built his campaign as an anti-Trumper. He accused his rivals of being too scared to even mention the former president. And one key moment was when Christie blasted DeSantis for not answering a direct question if Trump was fit for office.
The question was very direct. Is he fit to be president or isn't he? The rest of the speech is interesting, but completely non-responsive.
Now, DeSantis is branding himself as a younger, next-generation Trumpian, but it doesn't seem to be getting traction. Now, for his part, Trump held a private fundraiser in Florida. His challengers last night are hoping for that badly needed bounce of momentum after the debate to catch up to Trump's commanding lead in support.
Well, let's talk about that, because you mentioned Nikki Haley surging, but Trump is still far out in front. So as we look at the spectrum of potential candidates, where does the Republican race for the nomination stand this morning, Richard? Yeah,
you're right. Trump is far and away the clear frontrunner. Polls show him, 20, 30 points ahead of his nearest competitor. That now is Nikki Haley. But once primary season starts in January, we're going to start seeing that field narrowing. DeSantis has put all his eggs in the Iowa basket, so he needs a strong showing in that caucus. If he loses there next month, he's got some soul-searching to do. Chris Christie needs to dominate New Hampshire, where he's popular there, or else his path fizzles. And Haley, well, she needs to pull off an upset in Iowa or New Hampshire and then finish big in her home state of South Carolina, which would theoretically carry her into Super Tuesday. But all that said, Trump is still in the driver's seat, and as I noted at the outset, Haley's having a moment. It's still a long shot, but in politics, as you know, Heather, momentum is a valuable currency and can have some surprising outcomes.
January 15th, I just checked the date for the Iowa caucuses.
Bundle
6
up.
weeks, yeah, exactly. Bundle up and head into those high school gyms. We start the season. All right, thank you so much, Richard. I appreciate it. Our Washington correspondent, Richard Madden.